Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hope you all can able to see the screen.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
Okay.
But some bar is coming on the top of the Giridhari. And
Okay. So I congratulate all the devotees for having successfully completed 10th chapter of first canto, the departure of, ninth canto of first chapter, first canto. Now we are entering into the 10th chapter, that is departure of Lord Krishna for Dwarka. So this chapter has got 36 verses, and 36 verses have been, divided into four groups. So sloka number 1 to 6 is talking about Yudhishthir's kingdom, like after winning Kurukshetra war, how did he rule? Then verses 7 to 19, Krishna gets ready to depart and its influence. Then verses 20 to 30 talks of the ladies of Hastinapura. Then last section 31 to 36 talks about Lord proceeds to Dwaraka. So this is how we are going to explore in a wonderful way how the Supreme Lord has performed his unlimited leelas, how all our devotees also can able to share by reciting these verses and reading out the purports of Srila Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrutyam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tado Jayam Budirayet. Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Bhagavati Uttama-sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangam Langayate Girin Yat Krupatvam Maham Mande Shri Guru Tinadaram Paramananda Madhava. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 10, text number 1. Somebody can repeat after me if they are ready. Saunaka Uvacha
Shaunaka Uvacha
Hatva Swarikta Sprudha Atatayina
Hatva Swarikta Sprudha Atataino
Yudhishthiro Dharma Bhrutam Varshitaha
Yudhishthiro Dharma Bhrutam Varishtaha
Sahanujai Pratyavaruddha Bhojanaha
Sahanujai Pratyavaruddha Bhojana
Katam Pravritta Kim Akarashitataha.
Katham Pravritta Kim Akarashetataha. Thank you so much.
Mataji. Word meaning, translation and purport by His Divine Grace Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Saunaka Buvacha, Saunaka inquired Hatva after killing Swarikta, the legal inheritance, Sprudha, desiring to usurp Atatayanaha, the aggressor, Yudhishthiraha, King Yudhishthira, Dharma Brutham, of those who strictly follow religious principles, Varshitaha, greatest Saha Anujai, with his younger brothers, Pratyavaruddha, restricted, Bhojanaha, acceptance of necessities, Katham, how, Pravruttaha, engaged, Kim, what, Akara, Shet, executed, Tataha, thereafter. Translation. Saunaka Muni asked, after killing his enemies who desired to usurp his rightful inheritance, how did the greatest of all religious men, Maharaj Yudhishthira, assisted by his brothers, rule his subjects? Surely he could not freely enjoy his kingdom with unrestricted consciousness. Purport. Maharaj Yudhishthira was the greatest of all men of religion. Thus, he was not at all inclined to fight with his cousins for the sake of enjoying the kingdom. He fought for the right cause because the kingdom of Hastinapura was his rightful inheritance, and his cousins wanted to usurp it for themselves. He fought, therefore, for the right cause under the guidance of Lord Sri Krishna, but he could not enjoy the results of his victory because his cousins were all killed in the fight. He therefore ruled over the kingdom as a matter of duty, assisted by his younger brothers. The inquiry was important for Saunaka Rishi, who wanted to know about the behavior of Maharaja Yudhishthir when he was at ease to enjoy the kingdom. Om Tat Sat. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnana Shalakaya Chakshmurum Militam Yenam Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Vena Bhutale Swayam Rupakana Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Tapatakamulam Sri Guru Vaishnavamsha Sri Rupam Sakrajatam Sahagana Raghunadan Vitam Tam Sajivan Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijan Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Chabishakanvitam Cham Ye Krishna Karana Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostamai Kancana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusuti Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Eva Cha Patitanam Papanebhya Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. Shaunaka Uvacha Hatva Swarikta Spruddha Atatayino Yudhishthiro Dharma Vratam Varshitaha Sahanujai Pratyavaruddha Bhojana Katam Pravritta Kim Akara Shittata. Shaunaka Muni asked. So actually this is a conversation between Saunaka Rishi and Sutta Goswami. This is a one set of devotees, and whereas previously the conversation of Srimad Bhagavatam between Parikshit Maharaj and Sukadeva Goswami. So the same conversation has been narrated by Sukadeva Goswami here, Sutta Goswami, by Sutta Goswami to Saunaka Adi Rishis. In Naimisharanya, all these saintly persons gathered, and they would like to clarify all their doubts. So in this way, Saunaka Muni, he got a doubt. So crores, millions of people have been died in Mahabharata, in the Kurukshetra war. So how Yudhishthira Maharaj he enjoyed? What did it really happen? So he had a question here. Maharaj Yudhishthira, assisted by his brothers, rule his subjects. How did he enjoy? And he himself opined that surely Yudhishthira Maharaj could not really enjoy his kingdom with his unrestricted consciousness. That was his question. So Srila Prabhupada gives a nice purport here. He was glorifying Yudhishthira Maharaj, mentioning that he was the greatest of all men of religion. And thus, he was not at all inclined to fight with his cousins. Right from the beginning, Yudhishthira Maharaj, he did not want to fight with anybody, not only with his brothers, but with anybody he did not want to fight. And he always, follows the religious principles very diligently, without hurting, without harming anybody. So then how can he fight with his own cousins just for the sake of enjoying a kingdom? So he would not like to do this. So Yudhishthira Maharaj is a first-class Vaishnava actually. So a Vaishnava is Paradukha Dukhi, and he does not want to, trouble or hurt or kill or anyone. So he was forced to do all these things because it was the situation forced him to do so. So he fought therefore for the right cause under the guidance of Lord Sri Krishna. So here the point is very, very wonderful. So we should understand that the Supreme Lord guidance directly, bestowed upon Yudhishthira Maharaj, and he was exactly following So in his mind, he had a lot of moroseness that so many soldiers have been killed. Blood was flowing like water, and some soldiers have uh, got injured. Some soldiers have lost their legs and hands and eyes and ears and heads and so many way. And it was a ghastly fight actually. So we may externally it looks like this, but it is an arrangement of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because when he gave Gita for Arjuna, yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata, that he mentioned yadha yada hi dharmasya, he actually means is Dharmaraj is to be, um, made as a king because he is the rightful inheritance. In the translation, it is mentioned that after killing his enemies who decide to usurp the rightful inheritance, means he is a right owner of the property. So he has to be properly enthroned as a king to rule the whole world. This was the decision of the Supreme Lord Krishna. But Dharmaraj, he did, he ruled over the kingdom as a matter of duty only. And he did not want to enjoy the kingdom. So here, many people they say that sharing is caring. Actually, Yudhishthira Maharaj, he wanted to share with all his brothers, including Kauravas. And he just asked only the 5 villages as a peace proposal sent by the Supreme Lord Krishna. But Duryodhana, due to his Dushtabuddhi, and he is very greedy, he wanted to enjoy others' properties also. Thereby, he was put in the trouble. And the Supreme Lord had to teach him a big lesson that he is not supposed to take others' property. But Yudhishthira Maharaj, he was so kind enough, he wanted to share everything, and he would not like to take an efforts, but it was their rightful property which was claimed. So uh, the devotee always thinks, follows guidance of the Supreme Lord Krishna just as a matter of duty. In our day-to-day life also, we may do so many like chanting or deity worship, or we do book distribution, or we go for Rath Yatra or any other service. We should do it out of our love and affection and also as a matter of duty. A living entity's actual natural duty is to be the servant of the servant of the servant of the Lord. But due to our egoism, we want to take advantage, or everybody should pride should glorify my services. Like that, we may be in the mood, but actual mood is what Yudhishthira Maharaj exhibited. His as a matter of duty, he ruled all the citizens. So the inquiry was important for Saunaka Rishi, who wanted to know about the behavior of Maharaj Yudhishthira when he was at ease to enjoy the kingdom. So Saunaka Rishi, he really understood the mood of Yudhishthira Maharaj, and for sure he said he would not Yudhishthira Maharaj, he would not have enjoyed, because there was a lot of fight, and among the cousins, they fought themselves, and finally all the Kauravas have been vanquished. So there is no way of escaping, because it is the decision. This is the judgment of Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. Okay, so these verses, they talk about the finest qualities of Maharaj Yudhishthira. On the other day, we also discussed the nicest and finest qualities of Amrish Maharaj. Similarly, Amrish Maharaj is a greatest Vaishnava. Similarly, Maharaj Yudhishthira, he is also one of the greatest Vaishnavas. So when you talk about Mahabharata, as you know the story, the 3 brothers like Dhritarashtra, Pandu, and Vidura, they are the actual inheritance to rule the kingdom. And Dhritarashtra, being born and blind, he cannot able to rule the kingdom. And next opportunity was given to Pandu. So Pandu Maharaj, he died untimely, and his son has to be enthroned as a king, because they have that eligibility. like king's son only can be made as a king and not the brothers actually. So Pandu's children, all the Pandavas, they are supposed to rule the kingdom, but Duryodhana, he was very whimsical and he was very demonic. He wanted to rule on himself and somehow he wanted to vanquish all the Pandavas. He did everything like that. So the point to understand is the Pandavas are the rightful owners, inheritance. Among them, the eldest one is Yudhishthira Maharaj. And this was the decision of the Supreme Lord Krishna. Actually, Yudhishthira means or Yuddha. Yudhi means war. Sthira means one who is steady. So Yudhishthira means here our real Yudhishthira, he is steady in war and also he is steady in his virtue, dharma. Then for this reason he is named as Yudhishthira, because he is also son of Dharmaraj or Yamaraj. Yamaraj is sitting in the court in Yamaloka and he has to give proper judgment according to the rules and regulations given by the Supreme Lord Krishna. So in his Amsha, Yudhishthira Maharaj had taken part. That's why he follow all the religious principles very, very diligently. So during the exile of Pandavas, Vasudeva also met Yudhishthira Maharaj. And he said, you are struggling a lot and with all the Pandavas, you came here. I know you are suffering a lot, but I advise you keep yourself low profile. What do you mean by low profile? Means this is talking about our egoism. So keeping a low profile means we need to become very humble among all the people. And being humble does not mean that you are a very nice person. Being humble in Krishna consciousness, that is very important. See, materially we keep seeing so many people also very, very humble. So, but he is not a devotee of the Lord. Then what is the use? People may misuse your humbleness, your goodness, and your meek-minded, all this they may misuse it. That's why being humble in Krishna consciousness is the greatest quality of a living entity, which has been exhibited by Yudhishthira Maharaj very nice by the advice of Vasudeva. So being humble, actually Dharmaraj, he always wanted to be in a mode of goodness. And he wants to know the various scriptures and he follows very diligently all the religious principles. And at the time when Jarasandha to be killed, all these Krishna, Arjuna, Bhima, they wore, instead of Kshatriya dress, they wore Brahmana dress and appeared in front of Jarasandha so that they could ask him for a charity. And during that charity, and a plot has been designed by the Supreme Lord Krishna so that Jarasandha can be killed. But when when Yudhishthira Maharaj wore dress of a Brahmana, he was exactly fitting as a Brahmana. But whereas Arjuna, he looked like a Kshatriya wearing a Brahmana dress. So Yudhishthira Maharaj, he was very virtuous actually. The dress of Brahmana very nicely matched him. So Jarasandha, finally he found out they are not the Brahmanas by seeing Arjuna. Okay, so Yudhishthira Maharaj actually he became glorious because he had chosen Krishna for the Agra Puja. And when kings got a doubt whom to offer this Agra Puja, then Yudhishthira Maharaj boldly declared that the Krishna Supreme Lord, he is deserved to be done Agra Puja. Of course, some demons could not accept like Shishupala. Shishupala, for this reason, Shishupala had been vanquished. So then coming back to the qualities of Yudhishthira is king is supposed to take 1/6 of piety of all his subjects. If he rules the kingdom in Krishna consciousness by making everybody God consciousness, by making everybody follow the religious scriptures, then he can attain the 1/6 piety of the citizens of the country. At the same time, there is another danger is that the king also takes 1/6 of the papa sin of all his citizens if the citizens are not following the dharma. So nowadays, the elections are happening all over India, and so many political leaders, they are offering so many freebies, and it is not easy to fulfill the freebies because it has been uh, taxed upon every citizen. Again, they are supposed to collect from every citizen also. So the point to understand here is these freebies after offering cannot be balanced properly uh, with the capital outlay of the income of the government. So the best freebie is given to all the citizens is Krishna consciousness. A king is supposed to make the citizens, God consciousness, and see that Kshatriya should follow the Kshatriya duties, Brahmana should follow the Brahmana duties, and Vaishya, he has to follow his duties like Krishi, Goraksha, Vanijyam. Vaishya is supposed to follow this. Otherwise, there is chaos in the kingdom. And Shudra has to serve all the other three categories. In this way, king has to ensure it. But present day, the king himself is very weak, and he has to safeguard his chair during the 5 years, whether he can become a PM or CM or president of a country. He has to protect. He has to protect that. He has to do so many circus. That's why this democracy is not recommended. So, for like a king who is appointed by the Supreme Lord or his representatives, and this is the rightful inheritance actually, and they are supposed to take blessings from the Supreme Lord, and also they are supposed to take guidance of the Brahmanas, ministers, and accordingly he has to rule. Then there is a peace in the kingdom. Okay, so Gita, Bhagavad Gita was spoken to Arjuna. In the same way, Bhagavatam also was spoken to Parikshit Maharaj. So the first generation was Gita, the next generation was Bhagavatam, and the next generation of Chaitanya Charitamrita. Like this has been handed over. And we are very fortunate that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in this Kali Yuga. And from the appearance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, 10,000 years, there is a golden opportunity for everybody to become Krishna consciousness. So that's why we should take this wonderful benefit of chanting the holy name of the Lord, following four regulative principles, and worshipping the deities, and following the instructions of Srila Gurudev. And one is surely go back to Godhead. So we need to take this advantage, and every day we have to chant the 16 rounds, if possible extra rounds. So in this way, Yudhishthira Maharaj, though he was not very much happy because of so much chaos happened in Kurukshetra war, but he still executed his duty as a king, and he properly honored his uncle Dhritarashtra and Gandhari. And it's very tough actually, because all the Kauravas, they plotted, including Dhritarashtra, they plotted to kill all the Pandavas. But by the mercy of Krishna, Pandavas became victorious. And now, after the war got over, Yudhishthira Maharaj went back, and he properly honored and respected Dhritarashtra and Aunt Gandhari. In this way, he took a lot of care for them. Daily morning, he used to go and pay obeisances to them, and he used to see that all the facilities have been extended to Gandhari and Dhritarashtra. And one day Vidura came, and he fired Dhritarashtra. What are you doing here? And you are living a life of a beggar. So he got upset. Then Dhritarashtra, he went to the forest like that. So coming back to our words, in these words, Though Dhritarashtra, he followed dutifully the instructions of the Supreme Lord Krishna, and he became a virtuous king actually. Okay, so I stop here. In this way, Yudhishthira Maharaj, he is allowing others also to share to rule the kingdom, and with all his brothers he executed it very nicely. So stop here. If you have any questions or add-ons, you are welcome. Hare Krishna. Dandara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam Prabhu. Nice to start a new lesson, though it's a departure of Krishna. We will enjoy this, Prabhu. Today, this point was very nice. Actual freebie is giving Krishna consciousness. Actual freebie he can give Bhagavad Gita to other people. That's very nice, Prabhu.
Because it does not cost anything. Chanting Hare Krishna, does it cost your pocket? Nothing. So simply chant and enjoy.
Which means even now all these leaders are actually taking the papakritya of all those sinners, Prabhu. Am I understood it right? The current leaders, in a way, whoever is called
Yes.
chief minister, or
Surely.
surely they'll take.
Anybody.
But even do they get piety, Prabhu, because of some people chanting very well?
Yes. You may
Oh.
portion of that he may get, but it's how it can be properly balanced.
The sins
First of
will be
all, the ruler himself should be a devotee of the Lord. Or if,
then
partial devotee means also all right.
favorable also. Okay.
It's favorable. So that's why His Holiness Bhakti Rasamrita Swami Maharaj, he shared the message that you cast your vote for the government which takes care of Godaksha and God consciousness, Brahminical culture. To such people we are supposed to cast our vote, because already we are in Kali Yuga and it is degraded. Dharma is only on one leg. So, however, Kirtanadeva Krishnasya Mukta Sangha Param Vrajet. That verse we can nicely, follow. What is the beginning of the words? Kaler dosha nidera janam hasti eki mahat guna. Kirtanadeva Krishnasya Mukta Sangha Param Vrajet. Though Kali Yuga is full of fault, but there is one nice quality is there. That is what? Kirtanas. Kirtana means not the demigods or somebody. Kirtanad eva Krishnasya. Krishna's glorification is only called Kirtan, not somebody else.
Prabhu, another 2 points if others don't have.
Yes.
So it's you said that, Prabhu, Vyasdev met Yudhishthira Maharaj and asked him to keep a low profile, right? So we normally understand it keeping low profile in a very materialistic way, saying that, okay, I should not come when the people are there, I'll be quiet, or keep mute myself, or out of sight, or something like that. That's the way we understand keeping low profile is not talking. That's some material understanding.
Low profile means not glorifying himself like self.
Okay.
So that is called low profile. And he does not have to exhibit each and every occasion that I am this, I am that. And he has to be, very humble and keeping this low profile. And thereby he is not affected by the glorifications of others. And also he is not making himself very big in front of others.
Okay. So that's very nice, because being humble itself means accepting authorities and following instructions. That way also. Thank you.
At the same time, a non-devotee being humble does not
that you said it.
Not worth.
It's just one of the byproducts. He's just good. That's all you can say. He may not be even pious. Being humble not necessarily is not even pious, right? Materially, correct. Yes.
Just like Narada Muni, he talks about one snake, He advised that snake became Krishna consciousness. Then when he become Krishna consciousness, he cannot bite others. Then how can I live? Narada Maharshi, afterwards he met, and before that, all the people, started pelting stones at the snake, and snake got injured, and it was thinking, "Ayo, I became God consciousness, but people are throwing stones at me." Then Narada Maharshi said, "See, I asked you to be humble, and at the same time, I did not ask you to hiss at
Not
others.
hiss.
You hiss, but you don't bite.
Right.
By your hiss sound, they will run away."
Mm.
And you can continue your God consciousness like that. So material humble is not a great quality. Devotee means automatically he must be humble.
Humble.
Without any doubt. Like Yudhishthira Maharaj. Anybody else?
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you for such a wonderful class. We understood how it is very important to cast our right vote to the right person. But now currently we have all casted our votes. So as you mentioned, the person who has to be elected has to be chosen by the Supreme Lord, or he must be a devotee of the Lord. But in the current scenario, none of the criteria is matching. So automatically we are going to receive the reactions for the actions we have already performed, right, Prabhu? So how do we understand that?
It is
Because we
correct.
are already.
So to nullify all those good karma, bad karma, we must be in Krishna consciousness. Then everything is nullified. The moment we are out of Krishna consciousness, then we have to take all those effects, either good or bad.
Plus, the reaction we take only when we chose the wrong people. At least from our end, we have performed our action in the rightful way. Like you said, Bhakti Rasamrita Maharaj told, who protects cows, who's at least caring for our dharmas. And so we are not taking reaction. No. We have just done our duty without having any effect on our result.
Yes, as long as we are in Krishna consciousness, we don't take any effects of that. But whereas who are non-devotees cast their votes because like they have a lot of expectations. See, even in Bangalore also, I saw one family went to uh, their own state and they cast their vote and came back. Other family went to another place, they cast their votes and came back. And they spent a lot of money to go there and cast their votes. Of course, it is our duty to cast our vote, but at the same time, we must ensure that they are God consciousness people. Even Srila Prabhupada says, if you are a Christian, if you are contesting in elections, you must have read the Bible, Quran, Gita accordingly. Then nowadays nobody is reading. Then the eligibility is gone. But still, to keep our privilege of casting vote, and also to keep our ID card being inactive, we are forced to cast our vote. See, this is the scenario. This is the influence of Kali Yuga actually. And we have no other, as Sugopika Mataji rightly asked, we have no other choice also. But within that, we should follow the instructions of Maharajas, and we do cast our vote to at least to some extent who is favorable. Okay, is it clear, or you have further any clarity, Mataji?
No, it is clear, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu.
Yeah, that means if we are in Krishna consciousness, those effects will not come to us. It is nullified. A devotee cannot undergo all these tribulations. The moment we are not Krishna consciousness, everything will come to our risk. Hare Krishna.
ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪ್ರಭು, ದೊಡ್ಡದ್ ಪ್ರಣಾಮ್ ಪ್ರಭು.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಪ್ರಣಾಮ್.
ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿತ್ತು ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಇದು. ನನ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಯ್ತು, ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಯಾಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ ವಾರ್, ಆ ವಾರ್ ಇದು ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಷನ್, ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಯಾರು ತಲೆ ಕೆಡಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಅದನ್ನು ಅದು ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನತೆಯ ಮೇಲೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಪರಿಣಾಮ ಬೀಳುತ್ತೆ ಆ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ ವಾರ್ ಅನ್ನು. ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಇಸ್ ಫ್ಲೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಕ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಅಂತ. ಅದು ಆ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಷನ್ ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಸತ್ತು ಬಿದ್ದದ್ದು, ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಣಿ ಸತ್ತು ಬಿದ್ದದ್ದು ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಮೈಯೆಲ್ಲ ಜುಮ್ ಅನ್ನಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಇದು ಫುಲ್ ಅಷ್ಟು ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ಲಿ ವಾರ್ ಆದಾದ ಮೇಲೆ ಯುಧಿಷ್ಠಿರ ಮಹಾರಾಜ ಆಗುದು ಸಹಜನೇ. ಆ ತರ ಆಗುದು. ಈ ಯುದ್ಧದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಥಿರವಾಗಿದ್ರುನು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹಿ ವಾಸ್ ಮೊರೋಸ್. ಸೊ ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಸಹ ಆ ತರ ಪರಿಣಾಮ ಬೀಳುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲೀಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ನೋವು ಅನುಭವಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ.
Yes,
But that should not be understood as a morose or lamentation, right, Prabhu? It is
correct. I will
in the
explain
plan.
that.
Okay.
I will explain that.
That's
Say, in your area, there is one person who raped a girl. What do you do with him? So everybody feels he must be finished, you know. So in even Gulf countries, if anybody steals and his hand is chopped off, even till today also that rule is there. That's correct. So similarly, in these Kauravas, you know, they were almost attempted, you know. They wanted to disrobe Draupadi. Do you think they are very virtuous people? This was the question asked by the Supreme Lord Krishna to Karna. And you are thinking you are so great. You are helping your friend. You are helping your friend in a fraudulent way, in a ghastly way. And you are disrespecting the woman in the public. What kind of gentleman are you? Krishna told, kill this fellow immediately. So all the Kauravas, they are like that only. Otherwise, if you leave them like that, they may follow their ruler and they bring all the women into the state and they want to disrobe, because yada raja tada praja, they wanted to follow. So to teach them a lesson, Krishna, you know, changed the king. Instead of Duryodhana, he replaced Yudhishthira Maharaj. And even if we leave that fellow like that, and the citizens have to face a lot of troubles. Like if Hiranyakashipu has been continued for a king, then just imagine what would happen. For this reason, the Supreme Lord appeared as Narasimhadev. We have Narasimha Chaturdasi coming up. Narasimhadev appeared, and is not ordinary killing. And he tore the abdomen and took out the intestines. So very ghastly. And he wore these intestines as a garland. That means if that fellow is left like that, he would create chaos in the whole world. So for this reason, we don't have to morose. Like when Hiranyakashipu had killed very ghastly, and do you think we have to feel morose? Oh, Hiranyakashipu, what a problem happened. So we should not have to feel morose. Similarly, Kauravas also. Okay. Fine then, we will stop the.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.